Hey guys, this is Antoine from Squamish Watersports, and today we're gonna go quickly over some harnesses and see what harness would fit you the best and why. So we'll start here with the seat harness. This one really looks like some board shorts, and the main advantage of a seat harness is that the spreader bar will be a little lower. So if you have short arms, or if you want to have the most comfortable seated position possible, the seat harness is definitely a good choice. You have some straps inside that prevent the harness to go up, and it really keeps the center of gravity of the pull as low as possible, so it keeps your hook lower, it keeps the chicken loop lower, so it keeps the bar a little closer to your hands, and also is very comfortable. Lots of people that foil likes to have a seat harness, and also if your back is sensitive to having a harness around your lower back, then this will provide you support while not wrapping the force around your back. Okay, so now let's move on to the waist harness. So I picked up 3 different harnesses here, and we'll explain you really quickly why they are so different. The first one here is a hard shell, so completely rigid, doesn't flex at all. When it goes on your back, the main advantage of this is that it won't put the point of tension on the side of your back, but it will really make it all around. This one here has a lot of cushion, which is super comfortable. It's a high-end harness. It's one of the most advanced harness that you can buy in terms of technology. This has been the #1 for many pro riders and people that ride a lot. It's really good for big air if you want to ride with a lot of power. In middle here, we're gonna have a harness that is halfway rigid, which allows the harness to shape a little bit more any kind of back. It also has a different shape here. So if your back has less arc and the back profile, your lower back profile is a little more flat, then this kind of harness would be fitting you better. In terms of spreader bar, one really good advantage of that kind is that you have that little rope here that goes around the hook, and the more you tighten this one, the more you tighten this rope, the more it pulls that spreader bar down, which prevents the hook to go up when you're jumping. So this here is like a mid-range in terms of price, and it's really flexible on the side, allows the pressure to go in the back and not having too much points of pressure, because the pressure points are basically divided between the hard shell in the back and that little portion here that is also hard. So it's gonna help you when you're doing big air and stuff. It is really comfortable. It is a really nice harness that has a little bit of flexibility, but also prevent you from being sore by being too flexible. So nice harness here. In terms of pressure points, you won't feel so sore if you're riding this for many hours, or if you're doing big air and stuff like this. And now here we're gonna go through that foil harness, that travel harness that is super light. So basically you can see there's absolutely no padding, and it's really light, and it's really small, compact, easy to bring with you. And also if you're a foiler and you want to be as light as possible on the water and basically feel like you don't have a harness, this one is pretty good to go for. You're gonna notice there's also a little bit less material, less construction, so it goes down to a cheaper price. We also have something pretty cool to add to your quiver in terms of spreader bar. You can have that rope which allow the chicken loop to move from the left to the right. This is gonna provide you a more comfortable ride when you go to toe side because the chicken loop can go all the way to the side, so the bars stay a little bit easier to maneuver instead of having always the hook in the middle. And when you turn to toe side, the chicken loop tend to be kind of in the way here and push on you. This will allow the chicken loop to move a little more and the bar to be a little bit easier to grab. So ideal for surfers, also foilers, for those who do transition, and some transitions are pretty complex, and or you can ride the toe side for quite a long time when you're foiling. So spreader bar is a nice update to bring to your harness. You can simply buy a spreader bar independently and remove those straps here to change your spreader bar. So you can just change your spreader bar whenever you go surfing or foiling. Now, the harnesses are something that is very important to choose wisely, and the best way to choose your harness is to grab one in the shop and to go on the tree outside. We have a rope there, and then you can try the harness on your back and see how it fits and how do you feel with a bit of tension in it. All right, so here we are on the tree here with the kite bar. So you can see I put a little bit of weight in the harness, and I can really feel where the harness is sitting in my back. And what I'm looking for is to find a harness that I feel the most support from the top to the bottom. So I want to feel like the lowest part, the middle part, and the top part really touching my back. So some of you will have a back arc that is a little bit more in angle, and some have more of a flat back. So you just want to find the harness that fits you good, and you want to try it in a few positions and see how it feels and how it feels on the side, and basically finding the right shape for your back. Also, when it comes to the front part and choosing the right spreader bar, the right size of harness, your harness should finish pretty much here in the front. If you see that these inside part are finishing too close to the middle, then it's definitely too big for you. And if they're finishing too much on the side, then it's a little bit too small for you. When it comes to the spreader bar, you can tighten those straps as hard as possible, and at the end you should notice you can feel two fingers in between the connection point and the strap point, the end of the attachment here. So if you have two fingers on each side, this is the perfect fit for you. Also keep in mind that if you try without a wetsuit and you're gonna put a wetsuit, it's gonna get a little bigger, and when you go travel up south, you're not gonna wear a wetsuit. So you wanna definitely make sure you have at least two, if not three fingers of gap here between the two attachment points to make sure that you can tighten it as much as possible. All right guys, so thank you for watching. We hope that video is useful. Please reach out to us for any questions, and we hope to see you soon.